Hey guys, Brett for TopoRanger. I'm a little winded. We're creek crawling in the gorge today, except we're coming at it from Cold Cabin. You park Cold Cabin Park down in Cold Cabin, and you hike through the little village, and then you pick up the Blue Blaze Trail, and you hike up here. This is long. This is a lot longer than coming from Paper Mill. I'd say this is probably a 3-mile hike. Lots of ups and downs, lots of elevation changes. So it's not as easy as the hike from Paper Mill. But I'm almost there. Once I get there, I'm gonna have my lunch, drink some water, rehydrate, and relax a little bit, get suited up, and we're gonna go creek crawling right there where I filmed those kayakers going through last time I was here, episode 22, I think. Great episode, check it out. I'll put it on the screen here. So that's basically it. I'll pick it up on the other side of lunch, and we're gonna see what's underneath there. All right, see you then. All right, guys, I'm a little mixed up here. I was following the trail to get to that spot in the gorge that I was aiming for, and I noticed that I lost the sound of the creek, and I kind of thought I was going too far. And I looked at my phone, and assuming that my phone is right, I was almost the whole way to the Paper Mill Bridge. And what happened was basically I took a trail, and instead of following the creek, I started following a side stream that comes in right there where that outcrop is. So I decided to backtrack, figuring that I had just missed the spot where the other trail branches off and heads up, follows the creek right up to where I want to go. And then so I decided to take a shortcut on that route and just come straight down, bushwhack down the side of the gorge, and just intersect the path that I assumed would be right along the creek until you get up to where the kayakers were shooting the rapids, right? So I get down to the creek, and here I am, and there's no trail. Look, I came down up off that ridge, probably 300 feet up, right? There's no trail here. There's no trail. So I looked at my phone again, and I don't think I'm too far downstream from where I want to be, but there's no trail. So I have two options. I can eat my lunch here and then climb back up to the top of the gorge on the other side of that side creek and bushwhack my way upstream until I hopefully come across the trail, which apparently forms some kind of loop up here that I'm not aware of. See, and I think that's what's throwing me off. Or my other option is basically, and this is the one I think I'm going to do, I'm going to eat my lunch, I'm going to put on my bathing suit, I'm going to put on my booties that luckily I brought with me, and I'm going to go upstream along the creek, and because I think that's ultimately going to be a faster way, maybe a more interesting way to get to where I want to go. But either way, I'm losing time here. I was planning on being at the spot where I was going to film at 12 o'clock, right? It's now 1:30, and I can't see myself getting to where I want to be until at least 2 o'clock. So I'm losing the sunlight. You know, I wanted to have sunlight shooting directly down into the water for visibility. So anyway, running into some difficulties here, but nothing I can't overcome. Like I said, I need to eat. I haven't eaten anything today, pretty much, except coffee. So I'm going to eat, I'm going to drink, I'm going to switch over to my booties, and we're going upstream, and we're going to get there, and we're going to film, even if it takes us till 3 o'clock to get there, all right? Howdy. Whoa, jeez.
Hey, how's it going?
How much further till I hit the rapids up there?
The big one?
You know.
Yeah, not far at all.
Not far at all.
I'd
Okay.
say quarter mile most.
Okay, cool. Thank you. It's pretty deep. All right, so according to that guy, I'm not far off. Ah, there's the trail. Ah. Oh, I made it. Yes. Yeah. Oh. All right. That's good. It's not quite as far as I thought it was. And the water's clear. Really clear. Was that? No, it's really undercut right there. It goes deep under that cliff there.
Yep. Well, you go feet first. No Acapulco cliff divers here.
You make it look so easy.
It looks like you're getting pretty far down there.
Down there?
Yeah, like
Under.
down.
Well, yeah. Well, this cliff right here is really, it's pretty deeply undercut, and that's where I saw those two big fish. They were swimming with each other going upstream there. It's only about 10 feet though. I thought it would be a little bit deeper, but it's hard for me to get up to the rapids there with the current. But I might jump in a little farther up.
You swim across, you swim up this left rock. You can kind of work your way in front of that undercut. It's not very deep, and you can kind of stand up the whole way.
Oh, okay.
You like just swim up this left side. You can kind
The
of
left
take
side?
your feet the whole way.
Okay.
Especially today, it's really low.
Yeah, the last time I was here, there was a lot more water coming through, and some guys were coming down.
From that left side, you can either swim across and get in that eddy, or you can get on top of that rock where you can't see right now. Maybe you can see it. You can't see it.
And you can climb up through there.
And then you can climb on that rock and then jump into the next eddy.
Oh, I see.
There. It's pretty easy.
And work your way up.
It's not very dangerous today. It's pretty low.
Low flow, yeah. Cool. Thanks for the info.
Actually, you can jump in there from the middle of the gorge some days.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. Y'all have a good day. So far, so good. Getting some big fish and some good tips from those kayakers and those canoers. I went downstream quite a ways, and I hiked back. Now I'm going to go back up to the, see how far I can get up the rapids here. Check out some more of this undercut wall right here, where I saw those two big catfish right under there. I'm going to see if I can find them again. Woo! A little chilly getting back in there. This is undercut. Problem is being able to relax. Problem is, I want to sink a little bit, so I'm not fighting to get down, but then I can't grab on to anything, and so I keep getting blown downstream, and these fins are not helping me. They're helping me fight the current, but they're not helping me. I can't really stand, you know? That's why I need stubby fins. I can just get around that corner right there, but I can't get up in there. Although I saw those big catfish right here. I'm gonna go back on here, see if I can't get a shot of this catfish. I think I know what the answer about this problem is. You gotta go scuba. You gotta bring a tank down here, weight yourself properly, sink yourself right here. Then you can really explore this side of the gorge. I think it's about all I got. Some big fish down there. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. It was it's challenging physically. It's a challenging day. I got mixed up in the beginning. Probably hiked a lot more than I had to, but stay on the blue blazes. Don't go off the trail unless you really are trying to get down to an area where nobody goes. As I did, I wound up coming up the creek here the last quarter mile or so, like that one kayaker said. And it's because I got mixed up here with the trail. I wasn't quite sure where the trail went, and I'm hoping that on the way back I'm going to figure it out. There's a deep ravine coming in here. You can see it right down there, and it's a beautiful stream. That's going to be a good place to explore in a future episode. But I guess what happens is this trail goes up there, and at some point it loops around and comes back. I went almost the whole way to where it turns and comes back this way, and right at that moment I decided to come back, thinking I was going to wind up at Paper Mill Bridge, and I wound up on the other side of this stream valley here. And I went straight down, expecting to get the trail. No trail. Then I started to bushwhack, which was very hard. And then I switched over, got in the creek, and that's where I saw those two kayakers, and he told me, oh, it's a quarter mile. And I went the rest of the way up on the creek side. So, you know, I wasted a lot of energy doing that. And then later on, you know, I started to peter out there. As far as the gorge goes, it was awesome. The water was a lot clearer, more shallow than it was last time I was here. Got some good footage, people jumping, people kayaking, you know, good times. That rapid there is tough. I would have to take off my fins, get my booties on, take off my weight belt to really take a good crack at going up those rapids there in the tight part of the gorge. But according to that guy, it can be done. I don't know if you can go directly up through the rapids, but if you jump from pool to pool, apparently, at least he says that he made it up there. So maybe we'll try that next time. But some of those deep undercut ledges, really cool. Some big catfish, I'd say at least 2 feet long. Catfish and some trout and other stuff like that. Down in those cracks and those fissures, there's some deep undercuts there, and it's just tough, man. That stream is, even when it's flowing, when the flow is not that big like it was today, you know, the discharge is not that much. You get in the right spot of the creek, it blows you down. And even with fins, you know, it's a constant battle to keep going up. Like I said before, I think ultimately the answer to thoroughly exploring the bottom of that part of the gorge is to just go scuba. Pack in like a 50 cubic, a 50 tank, and you know, you're gonna be real shallow, so your air would last forever. Weight belt, maybe somehow mount it to the side or something, and then you could just drop down and just hang out, take your time. You have some weight, kind of help you fight against the current and whatnot, and you could just, you know, sink on the bottom and just go downstream. It'd be really fun. As far as the trail goes, it's a lot longer of a hike to come from Cold Cabin, and you know, you don't feel like worrying about what your car is doing up a paper mill, park at Coal Cabin Park, hike up, but it does add quite a bit of hike, a couple miles extra, and there's quite a bit of up and down, so you're huffing it up. There's a lot of elevation change, so you're going to expend a certain amount of energy before you even get to the gorge. If your goal is just hiking, then that's fine, but if you want to do something else after you hike in that requires a lot of energy, you got to plan accordingly, bring enough water, bring some food, some energy. I probably didn't quite have enough of that today. But all in all, I think it was a successful trip. Finally got to see what was at the bottom of that part of the gorge. Not all of it, but a nice little chunk of it. But there's still a lot more here. And here's that stream valley I'm talking about. And the other side of the path is right over there. Now here I was walking over there. So sometimes I love bushwhacking, sometimes I don't. It all depends. That was some difficult bushwhack because it was straight up and down. And I probably have 25 pounds of gear on me. My wetsuit is wet now, so that's, I got a decent amount of weight on me right now, and I got a long hike out of here. So that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. I think this is episode 41. And this might be the last episode down in the gorge. This gorge. This is only the second one I've done so far this summer, but now it's almost fall, and seasons are changing. So I don't know if I'm going to get back here again. But this is the best time of year to come down here. Creek's low, the visibility is good, and the weather is nice. Not too hot, not too swampy. It's just a beautiful place, Muddy Creek Gorge. All right, that's about it for this episode. So this is Brett for TopoRanger, signing out.